Hi, this is Nanette Hosenfeld with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Wednesday, July 25th, 2018. Looking at fire potential impacts over the next few days, we will see a mix of wet and dry lightning today across central Nevada and Utah, with wet thunderstorms further south. As we have drier air moving into the north, these thunderstorms will be increasingly pushed to the southern part of the area on Thursday. We will also see some very hot and dry weather across the northern half of the Great Basin through about Thursday. We will see wind gusts in the 15 to 20 mile an hour range in the orange highlighted area. Looking at precipitation over the past 24 hours, you can see that quite a large swath of the Great Basin received precipitation with thunderstorms yesterday, and there was a significant amount of lightning associated with these storms, as you can see on the right. With all of that lightning yesterday, there was quite a bit of new fire activity across the Great Basin. If we compare precipitation over the past 7 days to normal, you can see by looking at the map on the right that it has been much drier than normal across the northern part of the Great Basin. As we move further south, where thunderstorms have been more widespread with the monsoonal moisture, things have been much wetter, although you can see there has been a bit of drying across southeastern Utah over the past 7 days. ERCs are on the rise across the area, with many areas across the northern part of the Great Basin in the 80th to 90th percentile, and we now have one station above the 97th percentile. Continuing to look at the ERC trends, you can see from GB7, an area where we had quite a bit of lightning yesterday, ERCs are above normal for the time of year. Looking further southwest at GB16 in southern Nevada, you can see ERCs took a pretty sharp fall a few weeks ago, but they have begun to recover. Live fuel moistures continue to decrease across the Great Basin as a whole. Looks like live fuel moistures are still below normal across the southern part of the area and a little closer to normal further north. Satellite this morning shows high pressure in place across the Great Basin, and with some pressure or with some moisture trapped underneath that ridge, we will see those storms again this afternoon. So for today, we have that high pressure in place across the area. We will see showers and thunderstorms, but with the mix of wet and dry thunderstorms, we are not highlighting any areas for high risk for lightning. Looking at a little more detail at the weather forecast, you can see from the image on the left, the area is expected to see those showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. As far as wind gusts, we could see some gusty winds across portions of southern Idaho and northern Nevada. Wind gusts will mainly be in that 20 to 25 mile an hour range this afternoon. Moving into Thursday, things look pretty similar. We will see a little bit of drying across the north. This drier air will push thunderstorms to the south. You can see from the map on the left that thunderstorm coverage is limited to about the southern half of the Great Basin tomorrow. We will continue to see some gusty winds tomorrow across portions of southeastern Idaho. As we move into Friday, we continue to see that drying trend across the north. That dry air in place, thunderstorms will really diminish in coverage across the area on Friday. And again on Friday, we're expecting another afternoon with some gusty winds across portions of Idaho, as you can see from the map on the right. As far as precipitation accumulation over the next 3 days, really not too much is in the forecast. Anything that does fall will likely be across the southern half of the area. As we move into Saturday, we're looking at a pretty similar period. With drier air across the north, and you can see with that drying and warming we're expecting across the north, a lot of the areas have gone from yellow to brown across the northern part of the Great Basin. So we move into Sunday, we continue to see that drying trend across the area. And then finally on Monday, it looks like there is a potential for some moisture to make its way back up into portions of the Great Basin. And on Tuesday, again, moisture across portions of the Great Basin with the potential for some drier air across the north. So in the 7-day period, again, not too much in the way of precipitation over the next week across the Great Basin. Finally, in the 8 to 14-day outlook, the Climate Prediction Center is calling for above normal temperatures across the area with below normal precipitation across the entire area. So it does look like if this is what ends up coming to fruition, we are moving into a hotter and drier period than what we've seen over the past 3 or 4 weeks. So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. You can also find us on Twitter. Thanks.